My name is Denton Fisher, and I've been a coach now for over 10 years. I've been in this industry for a very long time. And not only am I a coach, I'm a coach's coach. I'm somebody that teaches other coaches how to handle their clients better. I help them out in terms of getting results, of finding solutions to problems, and I've been known to help coaching up the staff of different companies, RSD, Endless Options. I am well known in the industry and I'm well respected in this field right here. And if you haven't heard of me, this is your PSA. I'm really fucking good at what I do. Have been doing it too long. I've been obsessing about this for too long. I've, yeah, whatever situation you are going through right now, I've been through. I found the solution to it. I fixed it, and I fixed it in other clients as well. Whatever the fuck you are gonna say, whatever question you have, I have the answer. I've been doing this too fucking long. So, the video that we're gonna be talking about today is actually something that's very common in terms of questions. It's how do I add sexual tension to an interaction? Now, I'm gonna put it this way. If you're somebody who has a hard time with sexual tension in an interaction, oftentimes it does come from a core of a situation. It comes from you trying to be her friend or you trying to avoid rejection instead of getting the fucking girl. You, on a deep level, would prefer to not get rejected than to get the girl. If there was a scale in your head, the scale says in one side it says get the fucking girl, and the other side says don't get rejected. It goes like this. You care too much about rejection. So I just want to put that out there really quick. And if you're somebody who's not getting themselves out there, who's not approaching, who's not doing tough shit or scary stuff, a lot of the advice I give you here is going to be a little bit tougher. And if you are somebody who is approaching, who's putting in the fucking effort, the 3 different ways to add sexual attention I'm going to be giving you in this video is going to be a lot fucking easier than it will be for the guys who do not put themselves out there, who do not practice extroversion or charisma, who don't practice the mannerisms, the movements, the speaking, the masculine energy that girls are attracted to. You have to be a man who's willing to do scary shit. And most men nowadays are fucking pussies. So if you're somebody who is willing to do scary shit or is hustling in his life, who is taking care of his purpose, chasing business, who is somebody who is not afraid to go say hi to a girl when he thinks she's attractive, you're going to find the advice I give you in this video a lot fucking easier. And if you're somebody who is very hard set on the lines that you have to say to add sexual tension, I'm going to give you guys a little bit, I'm going to help you guys out. So I'm going to actually link a video right now to a canned line list video. I would go check it out, honestly. I mean, I know that I'm cutting the watch time by sending you to the video, but get this. If you're somebody who cares so much about the canned lines, these are the only canned lines you're going to fucking need. Anything beyond that, I mean, if you're somebody who doesn't approach, you don't need to know other canned lines than the video that I'm putting out there right now. It's a very good beginner's list for canned lines, so yeah, go check it out. Anyways, I gotta ask you guys this. So, have you ever experienced the frustration of trying to spark a fun, free, man-to-woman vibe with a girl? If you ever failed to light a spark with a girl, having conversations maybe even falling flat utterly, where you get to the point to where it's just it feels like you're in an interview versus actually trying to flirt with a girl. If you're this kind of person and you just pray or cross your fingers that the girl's just going to like you on hello instead of actually being capable of turning a very flat hello into a sexual conversation, this is the video for you. This is what I'm trying to target with this. And I'm going to target 3 parts in particular. The first one is mindsets, because mindsets come before all else. Mindsets lead everything. Yes, you can fake it till you make it, and yes, it will drive the mindsets too. But understanding the mindsets that you come from when you're trying to get a certain effect are essential to getting yourself to where you need to be. If you're trying to fake it, and you don't know what you're trying to fake, and you don't know what you're trying to if on a deep level you are afraid to be that man, to be that bad motherfucker, try in little ways to fake it. But anyways, we'll get into that in a quick second. The second piece we're going to get into is body language and tone. You can say anything in 1,000 different ways. I can say that same word I just said in 1,000 different ways. You can say it in so many different, a myriad of different energies and tones and body language, and it's all at your fingertips. And you guys are just very ignorant of the fact that this is such a big deal in terms of conversations. A lot of you guys take it as a woo-woo thing. Whereas like an actor, somebody who's practiced this, who is maybe somebody who is into method acting, who can put on a character on the spot, that person understands how important body language is, tonality is, facial expressions are. This stuff really does fucking matter. So that's going to be part number 2 we're going to talk about. Then the last part is actually the one thing that I know most of you guys really want, but I'm going to make you guys suffer for it, because to be fair, it's not as big a deal as you guys think it is, especially if you guys don't have the first 2 pieces in place, is the dialogue. How do you speak in a way that takes a conversation to that place to make a girl into you? So in this video right here, that's what we're going to handle. That's what we're going to tackle. So with that being said, let's get into the video. The first piece that you guys need to start focusing on is the mindsets. Mindsets are essential. If you guys want to act or move in a certain way, let's say I told you right now to start having more eye contact. Some of you guys are so juxtaposed personality-wise to the idea of giving eye contact that for you, it's terrifying. It's hard to do. Or maybe being able to give a cocky smile instead of just flat facial expressions where you guys don't emote whatsoever, or very supplicating smiles or facial expressions. Instead, having a loose, free of outcome, relaxed face, having easy eye contact, not eye contact necessarily of like, you could add the fucking extra sexual tension to it. You could add it. But if you're somebody who doesn't believe in himself and doesn't believe that he is worthy of girls or believes he's sexy, very tough to do. Yes, you could. Actually, we'll get into that in a quick second. So the first piece of mindsets in terms of adding sexual tension is assuming attraction, assuming that you're sexy, believing she will find you hot, or, you know, to be fair, not, because you have an internal locus of control. You're somebody who believes in himself so much that even if a girl did reject him, you have the belief that you are a bad motherfucker, and if it's not her, it's the next one. If it's not the next one, it's definitely the third one. You're that kind of individual. You're that kind of man, and you believe in yourself. You are somebody, when you approach a girl, instead of you trying again to not get rejected, you are punching through the wall. You are going to act in every which way possible like the fucking man, like a bad motherfucker. And because you act that way, guess what? She is going to fall into the frame. This is called a frame battle. There's multiple different types of frames. There's emotional frame battles. I feel something, you feel it. Yes, very important when approaching girls. What are the emotions you should feel when you approach a girl? You should feel excited. You should feel relaxed. You should feel grounded. You should feel even a little bit turned on if you actually are into the girl in that way. But this amalgamation of emotions will make the girl feel the same thing as you if you feel it strongly enough. That's the first type of frame. The second type of frame is a mental frame. If I believe that I'm sexy and the girl doesn't initially, let's say like I approach a girl and she doesn't, just don't happen to be her type. Well, you can gaslight her into believing that you are her type by believing yourself so much that she falls into the frame. And I'm actually considering right now maybe even putting in a little short right here to show you guys what I'm talking about.
No, but for real, how old are you?
How old you need me to be?
How old are you?
How old you need me to be?
How old are you?
How old you need me to be?
How old are you?
Good. I'm there. I'm there.
How old are you, bro?
Bow, bow, bow. I'm on your ass.
No, tell me how old are you?
Why? Nah. You think I'm just gonna tell you this shit up front?
Tell me.
Nah. Just come back with me and I'll let you know everything.
Wait.
What you laughing about?
What's your name?
This shit ain't true.
What's your name?
You think this shit ain't
What's your
true?
name? What's your name?
What? You need to know what you.
Okay, when is your
You need to know what
birthday?
you need to know what you screaming.
When is your birthday?
What's up?
When is your birthday?
You buying me a cake? Cause I saw you already got one. I ain't even gonna. Yeah.
Player. He's a
What
player.
are we talking about?
Yeah, it's your birthday. So quick with
Nah.
this shit.
Tomorrow.
You fucking lie.
Tomorrow.
You a fucking lie.
Yo, come blow my candles out.
Look how he fucking looking at you.
Come blow my candles out. What's up?
Look how he looking at you. I guess it's my new man, y'all.
Hey, what's up?
I've done this so many times over where a girl is trying to reject me based on the fact that I might not be her type, but then I double down, and then I become her type. Or I date a girl who I'm not her type initially, but then I become her type. Very important. I call this the catch-22. If you're somebody who's getting into this for the first time and you've been doing this for maybe like 2-3 years and the results feel very sparse and they don't feel consistent, oftentimes it's because you don't believe in yourself yet. It's because you haven't had the proper feedback from the world that says that you are hot, that you are sexy, that you are worthy of women. And so you don't act that way. And in that same way, it creates a self-fulfilling prophecy because girls are looking to us as men to lead the way. And if you approach a girl and you do not exude high status value, guess what's going to happen? She's going to be like, thank you for telling me. I was actually into you even to begin with, but now that you expressed and showed me through your body language, your tone, and your energy that you're not high status, now I know I shouldn't fuck you. Now I know I shouldn't date you or take you seriously. I'm going to friend zone you instead. You told her to act that way with you through your subcommunications, through not believing in yourself. She won't believe in you unless you believe in you. These are mindsets that matter. Now, there's this term that I always push with my clients. It's called focus is the water that wears stone. Honestly, the act of me telling you these mindsets, now you have a target to shoot for. You have a target to shoot for. Most men don't have that. Most men blindly move through life almost as if they're in a fog. Their personality, everybody's personality changes over time, but most men's personalities change like a leaf in the wind. We are now going to change like an arrow to a target. And the act of understanding where you're supposed to be or where you're supposed to go will eventually get you there. You're going to notice when you're not thinking in this way, and you're going to slightly fix it. You're going to start naturally throughout time, throughout the next 3-6 months to a year. You're going to start slowly moving that mental compass and pushing in the fucking direction it's supposed to go in. Now, actually, I'll give you one really quick exercise, which I push on pretty much almost all my videos. So if you're somebody who's a regular viewer, I apologize, but extreme self-gratitude. A lot of you guys have internal dialogue that is way too fucking harsh on yourselves. You guys are like making fuck tons of money, or you guys have great bodies, or you guys have amazing social circles, and yet you guys don't believe in yourselves. You guys have negative self-talk. Oh, I'm a loser. Oh, I'm not winning. Oh, I saw Drake on stage getting panties thrown on him. I don't have panties thrown at me. I don't have foursome, so I must not be hot. But guys have a high risk, high reward strategy, whereas women have to hold their cards in. They're very picky about who they choose for sex, and that has to do with biology. Even a really hot, sexy guy still has to work for sex. He still has to show the girl and present high status to the girl. It doesn't matter what the fuck you look like. It doesn't matter what kind of status you have. You still have to show it. And you have to exude it through your skin, through your pores. You have to sweat high status belief through your pores. And if you're not doing that, guess what? Again, she's not going to believe in you. Lead by example with the girl. Act as if you were the prize, not the seller. If you walked into a Sears, and you walked up to a salesman and you begged him for the TV, wouldn't that be fucking weird? No, you walk into a store to go buy a TV and you ask him, plasma versus LED, which one's better? What size is perfect for my room? Okay, cool. Should I get the bezel? What kind of bezel should I get? Oh, this one has internet? Great. What's the price on it? Is there a savings? You guys are being picky in that act. In the same way, you want to be picky with women. You are the kind of guy who has options in hot, maybe not yet, but you will. But this is the mindset for the next version of you. You are somebody who has options in hot women. Sweet. Now, start getting obsessed with the type of personality that you want. Whether it's like for a fuck buddy, whether it's for maybe a casual sexual partner. Maybe it's for a main girl. Maybe it's for a main girl with a bunch of other girls on the side. Whatever the fuck you want to date. You are the high status guy and you choose what you want, and you can be picky if you want. But when you approach a girl, yes, she's hot. Yes, she's gorgeous. But who is she? Is she somebody that when you take her home, she's going to steal her shit? Is she somebody who's going to be bad in bed? Is she somebody who has a gross mentality or mindset who's going to fuck with your business or your purpose because of her negative energy? Is she somebody that's going to try to squash that light in front of you? Is she somebody who's insecure about how great you are and she's going to try to make you smaller? No, daddy, you can't work out. No, eat the candy. Eat the fucking candy. Oh, no. Stop working so hard. Stop working so much. If she's one of those kind of girls, you can be like, cut a bitch off. Maybe you could fuck her if she's really hot, but you're not somebody who's going to keep her around. You're somebody who is free of outcome in that way. Again, this is a long-term mindset thing that will help you out with breaking tension in conversations. You have to become this kind of guy to be the person who can add sexual tension to conversations effortlessly. If you find it's difficult for me to say, if you find anything I say after this point difficult, it comes back to the mindsets. Okay? All right. Sorry, I'm also coming off the flu, so if on occasion I cough, I apologize. I got a little congestion right here. It's almost finished up, so don't mind me there. Anyways, now let's get into body language and tone. Now, I've been doing this entire video. I've been trying to demonstrate to you how to move and speak. It comes down to relaxed face, relaxed eye contact. Not too much, but because too much eye contact can be very daunting and predatory. And not to mention, you give somebody too much eye contact, now they think they have you. Now they think that you are somebody who's just going to roll over and your eyes move towards value or threat. And if you're constantly staring at the girl, she's going to know that she has you. So maybe for the first 30 seconds, a minute, laser eye contact so she knows that you're not intimidated. But after that, every so often, take it off. Take it off in a casual way. Maybe when your friend says something to you, you're trying to listen to him. Maybe something like catches your eye. It also will make her chase you for it because she's like, oh, his attention isn't given. I have to work for it. And the more she works for something, the more she's going to backwards rationalize that she must like you because she's working so hard for it. Who am I to be working so hard for this guy? He must be somebody who's high status. He must be somebody I like. It's why relationships work this way. The more a girl invests in a relationship, guess what? Her ego now aligns with you, and now she can't be taken by another guy. It's why relationships, monogamous relationships, can be very viable and valuable. Because now that she's invested so much in you, she's not going to go chasing after another guy after having the man, after investing so much ego into you. The more she gives you, the more energy she gives you, the more time, the less space, the more that she verbalizes she likes you. All these things, they're actions that feed an ego. Action feeds ego, ego feeds action. The more that she puts energy in, the more she's chasing you. Now, again, another thing I've been doing, using my hands. The entire conversation, I have a really good habit of doing this. I used to not do this. I used to always keep my hands in my pocket because I'd be somebody who felt like it wasn't me to use my hands. If you're not using your hands, then you are somebody who's repressed and are somebody who she can't connect with. You could say, again, things in thousands of different ways. Hand gestures also help out with this. There's masculine hand gestures and there's feminine hand gestures. You want to practice this. And a really cool way actually to practice this is to study guys who are considered sexy by women and try to mirror them. I call this alpha mirroring, again, because I haven't taken the time really to name a bunch of my exercises, and it fits, but I think the idea of alpha, it's used by a bunch of losers. So just know this, there's a way that guys move that turns girls on, and there's a way that guys move that turns girls off, that neuters you in a way. And that's very important. Now, you're somebody who has a chest voice or a head voice, or somebody has a chest voice or a head voice. You are somebody who's speaking in a lower register. Your vocal cords are relaxed. And you guys actually, if you're somebody who maybe you wake up in the morning, you notice your voice is a little deeper, it's because your vocal cords are not relaxed. Again, the mindsets drive everything, especially even in body language and tone. And if you're somebody who's not relaxed, your vocal cords tighten. And when they tighten, your voice goes up. it creates a smaller chamber for the sound to resonate, which anybody who's a music major knows that when that is the case, your voice goes up. And if you're somebody who has a chest voice, bigger cavity to speak from versus speaking up here, smaller cavity to speak from. Are you somebody who breathes deep into your belly? Or are you somebody who has shallow breathing, who breathes very shallowly when they're nervous? Or somebody fidgets, shifts weight from foot to foot? Or somebody touches their face a lot when you're talking to somebody? Is your face relaxed? Or is it really tense when you're talking to people? You see how I'm doing this? Now, another thing you guys can do with body language is slow language movements. Not jerky, fast. Not when somebody's talking to me, I snap to attention. I'm slowly moving, looking around. This indicates that I am somebody who's at ease in my environment and nothing shakes me because I'm a bad motherfucker. Okay? Now, if you're somebody who has a hard time, again, with the mindsets, start developing skills that make you feel valuable. Because a lot of these things, honestly, a lot of the guys I learned these from, a lot of my wings, they are not just talented or skilled in game alone. They have skills outside of this. They can box, sing, rap. They can... They run businesses. They have employees underneath them. They are chasing their purpose. They're doing scary shit every day. And for that reason, the movements and the mindsets are a lot easier. Again, the mindsets drive the rest of this. So here, we'll get into the next piece because honestly, body language, I'm going to go a lot deeper in my next video on this. So I don't want to overbeat you guys. I don't want to beat you guys over the head on this, but know this. Tension, sexual tension, you can say anything in a sexy way. And if you add those pieces I just put in there, you can say anything and make it sexy. And if you believe you're sexy, everything you say will come across sexier. Okay, do you see how this is rolling? Do you see how this is working? For a lot of you guys who are very, not very well practiced at this, this might feel abstract. For somebody who is not as socially aware, socially intelligent, again, this might seem like fluff. It's not. If you think that, you have no fucking idea what you're talking about. You have to take this advice. Even if it sounds stupid, you are suffering from a Dunning-Kruger effect because you're so utterly out of touch with what girls are into. So take small actions. Try out little pieces of this. Try out eye contact. Try loose face. Try slow language movements and see what happens. I do this with a lot of my clients when they are not feeling invested in the body language or tone or gestures or facial expressions. And I just tell them to focus on one piece. Focus on one piece and see what the fuck happens. You're going to start noticing that men respect you a little bit more and women are now starting to chase you a little bit more. Now imagine what happens if you start putting it all together. So now we're going to get into the favorite piece for everybody, dialogue. What words do you say to turn a girl on? And again, some of this will seem hard and not as easy for somebody who doesn't approach or hasn't built up their charisma yet. So if that's the case, get yourself out there, start practicing, get yourself out there once to twice a week with the intent of being extroverted, of being social. If you find that difficult, small steps, go out and make a goal to approach one person when you go out, or just make a goal of going out at all to be social, even if you don't approach. Then slowly pop it open. You approach one person 1 week, and then the next week you try to approach 3, and then the next week you try to approach 6, and the next week you try to approach 10. And eventually, on average, you're approaching 15 people every time you go out. And maybe you're somebody who's approaching 20, 30, 40. You will learn so much faster. You will develop that intuitive sense of conversation structure. You will pick up on patterns and game. Socializing, adding sexual tension becomes a lot fucking easier. A lot fucking easier. Sorry, guys. So I've been flying for a quick second. I'm getting into life coaching as of now. So I'm now working with my company and another company on the side. And I'm actually going to be the first men's dating, not men's dating coach, but men's life coach. They generally speaking are for women. So this is my first video I shot in a second. I shot one video before I flew out there, but then one of the girls got a hold of the camera. She's now off in Idaho with it. So I need to get her to ship it back out. But I'm a little bit tired, so I apologize for that. But the video nonetheless is valuable. So please try to engage. Please try to like pay attention. Please write notes on everything I'm about to put out there. So dialogue. Like I said, this is the last part. It's easy to do if you socialize regularly. All right. Now, the first thing in dialogue you can do is innuendo. So I could be talking to a girl, and then my conversation topic could go like this. I wonder what it'd be like to. No, never mind. Now, what's the girl gonna do? No, what does that mean? What is it gonna? Well, there's about 20 to 50% in her head where she's like, he was trying to be sexual with it, but now she's not sure. So now, guess what she's doing? She's doing a push pull in her head. I held back just enough for her to chase. Innuendo. Use again the body language and tone to put out a vibe like that. So then now she's chasing. Does he actually like me? Does he not? Does he like me? Does he not? A lot of you guys, when you're trying to, because you guys are so logical, when you guys are trying to add sexual tension to a conversation, yeah, show a little bit of intent, but you guys show so much intent. Now the girl knows she has you. Now the girl's no longer interested. You're no longer valuable, because why would a valuable guy chase me so hard? Why would a high status guy chase me so hard? So you do innuendo. You hold it back just enough for her to wonder if you like her. It's called indirect direct game. It's direct in the way that you move and speak, but you don't verbalize it as much. You hold it back. And again, this is actually kind of that piece right there is actually a little bit more advanced. It might be like more high intermediate advanced for those of you guys who've been approaching for a while. If that seems difficult for you, again, it just means you need to approach more. Now, playful misreads. So a girl's like, oh, you're too short for me. Sweet, makes me more attainable. So now what I'm saying to her is, I'm so high status that her thinking of my height is actually, thank God, because I'm so fucking handsome, so sick. If I was too tall, I think I would intimidate you, honestly. So I'm misreading what she's saying. A girl's like, I'm not usually into white boys. Usually. Okay, I see you. I'm misinterpreting what she's saying, not as a bad thing, but as a positive. Again, this comes down to assuming attraction. I'm assuming attraction with what I'm saying, with the innuendos. I'm assuming she's into me no matter what the fuck she says. Barring that she's cussing you out and telling you to fuck off. Barring that, always assume the positive. Now, flirtatious improvised scenarios. Now, I didn't write down an example for this, so I'm just going to give you one. Was one of my favorites back in the day, and I have not done this in a long time. Actually, I did do this recently. You walk up to a girl, and actually, let me demonstrate it. Cindy, what the fuck? What are you doing out here? I thought you were supposed to be with the kids. You know what? Honestly, fuck this. Fuck this. We're having a divorce. No, there's nothing you can say. We're having a divorce now. Start walking away. No, wait. Actually, baby, look. I'm sorry. I get emotional. You know me. Here, we can work this out. All right, here, let's get a therapist and whatnot. No, actually, no, fuck this. You pull me back in every fucking time. I'm taking the kids. No, actually, no. Timmy and Tommy, the twins, you can keep Timmy. I keep Tommy, because Timmy's an asshole. Now we're playful. Now we're like doing a flirtatious scenario. I'm assuming that we're dating. I'm putting out that fucking playful scenario out there. And now it's giving her something to play with. And now she can flirt back effortlessly. Because again, it's really hard to have a free-flowing conversation with a stranger. And the way that you get approach anxiety, a girl gets getting approached anxiety. So if you're somebody who has issues with that, imagine how it is for a girl. Girls are very risk adverse, where men are made to be risk takers in comparison to women. I'm not saying that we are all like that, but in comparison to women on a spectrum, we're supposed to be the risk takers. Women are supposed to have the safe role in society. No matter what, a man's going to try to get them pregnant. No matter what, their money's handled. No matter what, their life is very neutral. They don't have like as high a ceiling as a man does. That's our benefit. If you're somebody who wants to be a winner or a killer, your ceiling is going to be higher than any woman's ceiling. So it does balance out, but again, it's a high risk, high reward strategy. So as a man, you lead. As a man, don't expect the girl to have the conversation figured out. Honestly, too, to be fair, if you find a girl that has the conversation figured out already, oftentimes I found that those girls are not necessarily the best date. They're fun to fuck, but they're not really usually the best. A girl that has a lot of practice in conversations like that, either she's very intelligent and witty, or she's a bit of a hoe. I don't know what kind of girl you're into, but keep that in mind. Sometimes girls are very witty, they have a lot of practice, or again, very fucking smart. So kind of bit of a toss-up. But you shouldn't expect the girl to have the conversation figured out. She doesn't know who you are, and your value matters more than your looks, more than what you have, like you're bringing to the table, but your status is what matters. Status matters. Or your archetype. Maybe the girl decides you look like some guy that she fucked years ago. That's pretty common. That's what I call logical attraction. But what matters more than that is straight value. Value is attraction. Okay? Now, from here, compliments with a twist. Again, I didn't write down anything in particular for this one, so I'm going to improv something on the spot. Let's see how I do. Yeah, girl, symmetrical as fuck. Scientifically attractive, but real world, I'll give it to you. Fuck it, I'll give it to you. Now see, now I'm holding it back a little bit. Now it's a little bit balanced. Again, you don't want to. There's a difference between breaking rapport and severing rapport. It has to be balanced. And for some of you guys didn't feel maybe you heard that line and you didn't feel how the girl might react to it. Some of you guys have been gaming enough to actually feel it. Like you're like, oh, if I said something like that to a girl, I know how she'd react. I know how she'd feel it. And if you're somebody who doesn't know, like you're just like listening to the words and you're writing down the words, you're somebody who needs to approach more. You should approach enough by this point or game enough to actually feel those words and know how the girl's going to react to it. If you don't, then you don't have enough data points in your mind, in your memory. Your brain is a pattern recognition machine, and if you don't give enough data points, it can't create a pattern. So it needs more patterns. It needs more practice. You need more field reports and critical thinking. And if you're somebody who didn't feel that, then that's something you need to practice. Something you could do is teasing. And actually, I don't know how cocky gestures. See, this is something that I've only come up with recently, and I see people who do this all the time via online or like my friends who are considered sexy with girls. So like, for example, pointing in a way that's cocky. Winking at a girl, like giving her a cocky wink when she passes by you, giving her a cocky smile, giving her like do you see the teeth lick? It's a cocky thing to do. It's like it's cocky. It seems corny, but it's cocky. I am punching through the wall, not at the wall. I'm not afraid of rejection. I'm trying to get the fucking girl. All right? So practicing and using those when you're in conversations, giving her a cocky smile when you're in conversations, using stillness with a cocky smile in conversation, in conjunction, maybe even a wink, maybe even like the tongue lick. But you're moving in a way that says, I'm a bad motherfucker. I am daddy. So that will add sexual tension really quick in the conversation. Also, it's effortless to do. And if you have a hard time winking or you're like, that's not for me, again, your ego is saying, don't do it. Fuck your ego. Your ego's been giving you the results you've always fucking had. So stop it. Your ego is trying to keep you in place. And if you want to be in place that you are right now and you don't want to prove, listen to your ego. If you want to prove, listen to daddy. Listen to me. Listen to Denton. Because I'm going to give you the results that you need if you do what the fuck I say. All right? So something else you could do is reframe we frames versus us versus them. So as a tribal species, yeah, we want to be in tribes, and you can like really quickly bring a girl into your tribe by gossiping with her or talking shit on other people playfully. You could be like, man, look at that fucking girl right there. She should not have fucking worn that dress. Am I being a dick right now? I'm being a dick. Fuck it. She looks like a beluga whale in a fucking red dress. And then she hits you on the chest. No, stop that. You're being such an asshole. Add sexual tension. You're a bad boy. You say what the fuck you want. Guy comes in the conversation, turn to her, is he gay or straight? I can't fucking tell. Being a bad boy, it's us versus them. We have what's called a conspiracy frame. We're in a conspiracy together against everybody else. Maybe I bring a girl into a group of guys for fun. Oftentimes when I'm out approaching people, maybe I'll approach a girl and her and me are kicking it off. Well, then I'll take her with me to go approach other people. I'm not, at this point, I'm not really afraid of other guys taking my girls. They can't. You can't. Nobody can. I've been doing this too fucking long. There is a chance, but it's very fucking low. Well, I walk up to a group of people. I'm like, hey, this is my sister when I introduce her. And then maybe as we get going in the conversation 10 minutes later, hey, whatever her fucking name is, I need to use a bathroom. I'll be right back. Grab her, make out with her, walk away. Yeah, look. Adding sexual attention is both easy and not easy. If you're putting in the work, you'll find that the advice I just gave you in this is nails. If you're somebody who's not putting in the work, you'll find what I'm saying completely alien and off-putting, or you won't think that there's any value behind it. And that, again, that's the Dunning-Kruger effect. You haven't been putting the effort, or it's your ego saying, I shouldn't do that because that isn't me. Guess what? If you want a different result, you have to become a different person. If you want a different result, you have to start doing different fucking things. If you're getting a certain results, it's because of what the fuck you've been doing up to this point. You want sexual attention and vibe, do what the fuck I say. If you want the same results you've always fucking had, don't listen to me. Dude, I just fucking can't. I can't help you if you're gonna be like that, honestly. Like, you're watching a video from one of the best in the fucking world as a dating coach, and you won't listen to me. There is nothing I will ever be able to do for you to get you results, if that is the case. I am one of the best in this bitch, and if you can't hear me out, if you don't listen to me, if you are blocking everything I'm saying out, you are fucked, and you're never gonna figure this out. So, I hope you figure it out. Anyways, if you guys have any questions, leave in the comment section below. And if you guys are interested in coaching, text me up at 702-841-9909. I do both online and in-person coaching. And with that being said, peace.